two supplementary topics which are common for Ayurveda and Siddha. The first one is Triphala Churna. What is Triphala Churna and how it is prepared? That is protocol of Triphala Churna. And then we will go for these medicinal plants that are used in both Ayurveda and Siddha. So now let us come to know about Triphala Churna. Triphala Churna is the prominent medicine that is widely used in both Ayurveda and Siddha. Triphala Churna is mostly used in Ayurveda rather Siddha. So for any a common ailment like indigestion and some other seasonal diseases, the Triphala is prescribed by a practitioner. So, what is this Triphala? By its name indicates, as its name indicates, three phala. Three phala means three phala. That is uh, three fruits. They are used from three fruits. What are these three fruits? The three fruits are mainly used. You can note it down. Embolica officinalis. What is Embolica officinalis? Very good. And the second one is Terminalia chobula. What is Terminalia chobula? Terminalia chobula. You don't know? Karakkaya. Karakkaya. And the third one is Terminalia ballarica. Terminalia ballarica. Terminalia ballarica is known as Thanikaya. Thani, not Thadi. Thadi is Borasys flabellifer. Thani, Thanikaya. The first one, Embolica officinalis, is belongs to Euphorbiaceae, whereas these two, that is Terminalia chobula and Terminalia ballerica, are belongs to Combritaceae. Combritaceae. So these three fruits are widely used, just like Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, and goddesses. They treat these three as their traditional system of medicine. So this if you take how it prepared, Triphala Churna, how can it prepared? If you take procedure for preparation of 2 kgs of Triphala Churna, so the protocol was given for the preparation of 2 kgs of Triphala Churna. So ultimately we will prepare 3 kgs of Triphala Churna. Our aim is to prepare 2 kgs of Triphala Swarna. For this, you have to take 80 grams of this 80 grams of this Embolica officinalis, 80 grams. You have to write it. You have to write the requirements. What are the requirements for the preparation of Triphala Swarna? 80 grams of Embolica officinalis, fruits of Embolica officinalis, and 240. Uh, so each 80 grams, not only Embolica officinalis, these three are taken each as 80 grams. That means Embolica officinalis 80 grams, Terminalia chebula 80 grams, as well as the fruits of Terminalia bellerica also 80 grams. 380s. So 240 grams. So it will become 240 grams. And they will add another 240 grams of Madhuka langifolia flowers. Flowers of Madhuka langifolia. What is Madhuka langifolia? Can you say the common name of Maduka langifolia? Maduka langifolia. So it has come. It has come in so many times in this paper only. In this paper only. During the starting or first unit, using of beverages, the plants used by the tribal people in first unit. So they will prepare some toddy or narcotic substance which they drank during their happy and sorrow moments. They will prepare a toddy with the corolla of these Maduka langifolia. They collect only corolla parts, that is only petals they collect, and they will prepare some toddy. సో మీరు ఎప్పటికప్పుడు ఎక్కడిదక్కడ వదిలేయండి. అది ఎప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు చెప్పాం ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ ఇటు మహా సంవత్సరాల క్రితం చెప్పింది ఇటు కాదు, మహా అయితే ఒక నెల అవుతుంది. మీరు అసలు రన్నింగ్ నోట్స్ రాస్తే అవి ఒకసారి ఇలా చూస్తూ ఉంటే అవన్నీ గుర్తొస్తాయి. మీరు ఏటి వింటున్నారు, ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, ముఖతంగా మాట్లాడడానికి, ముఖతంగా డైరెక్ట్ చేయడానికి అవకాశం లేదు. ఈ రేడియో పాఠాల్లాగా ఈ పాఠాల్లో ఏం వింటున్నారో, ఏం రాస్తున్నారో ఏమీ అర్థం కాదు. మధుక లాంగిపోలియా మీన్స్ ఎప్ప. ఎప్పసార తయారు చేయరా కొర్రల నుంచి, అది మనం చెప్పుకోలేదా స్టార్టింగ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ యూనిట్, స్టార్టింగ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ పేపర్ ఇన్ ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్. సో బట్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ ఇన్ ఏబుల్ టు రెస్పాండ్ ఆర్ యూ కెనాట్ ఏబుల్ టు సే ది తెలుగు నేమ్ ఆఫ్ కామన్ నేమ్ ఆఫ్ మధుక లాంగిపోలియా. ఓకే, ది ఫ్లవర్స్ ఆఫ్ మధుక లాంగిపోలియా are also taken in quantum of 240 grams. Another 240 grams of flowers of Boswellia serrata. Boswellia serrata. Boswellia. Can you write the spelling? Bowswellia serrata. So this Boswellia serrata you may know. You may not known. This Boswellia serrata is the moderate size tree. We will extract the sambrani, gugilum. These are the resin yielding plant. In one context, I might have told you that the gugilum tree is actually known as Soria robusta, which are widely grown in end parts of Eastern Ghats. You can see in Donabai region, and also they are extended into Orissa. You can see these trees. What trees? Shoria robusta trees. Where the Shoria robusta trees are dense in forest areas, those forests are termed as sal forests. SAL, sal forests. So sal forests are extended over the end parts of the Eastern Ghats. The end parts of Eastern Ghats are starting from our Donabai of our Srikakulam district, and they are extending into Orissa state. So the Soria robusta plants are only named as Gugilum plants, but we cannot obtain this Gugilum or Sambrani from those trees. But why you can call them as Gugilum trees? The wood, which is commercially valuable and very strong wood, which yields from those trees, is known as Gugilum wood. Gugilum kalapa antar. But Gugilum is not obtained. Why I have described this here? This Boswellia serrata is the Gugilum tree. The actual Gugilum or Sambrani, this kind of resins, just like they secrete from the stem, aerial part of the stem. When we make a wound on this stem, then tomorrow we can collect these resins which are secreted from the stems of the Boswellia serrata. So this resin are nothing but this gugilum or sambrani, and they will prepare by adding some other aromatic substances. They will produce in different different forms, in the form of candle, in the form of crystals, in the form of powder, so on. But here the thing is, the flowers of Boswellia serrata are also taken in quantum of 240, 240 grams, 240 grams. Up to here, what they have taken, these these three phalas, that is Emblyca spinalis, Terminalia chebula, and Terminalia bellerica, these three are taken 8 grams each. It becomes 240 grams. Other 240 grams are taken Madhuka langifolia flowers, and another 240 grams of flowers of Boswellia serrata are also taken. And they will add 480 grams of pure cow ghee. 480 grams of pure cow ghee to this, and they mix it as a paste. They mix it as a paste. Mix it as a paste, and after mixing well, they will add 960 grams of pure honey to this mixture, and this was prepared as chorna. How this chorna is prepared? How this chorna is prepared? What is the mixture we have now? What is the mixture we have now? The mixture of 240 grams of trifalas, 240 grams of flowers of Maduka langifolia. Maduka langifolia has another name, Maduka indica. Maduka indica, Maduka langifolia is one and same. Understand? And 240 grams of flowers of Boswellia serrata, and 480 grams of pure cow ghee, and they add 960 grams of after preparation of paste. Later we add 960 grams of pure honey to this paste, and it prepared as a mixture, and this mixture will be prepared as chorna. So this is all just like paste and mixture, but it is how it converts into a chorna. Chorna means is powder like, dust like. So this is taken into a clay pot, clay pot ante matti kunda. So this mixture is taken into clay pot, and it will be covered, with a clay, and it will be reversed, on the flame, and the flame is given on both sides by completed. Understand? So later, for well flaming and well firing, after 6 hours of firing, these all will be eliminated, and this clay pot will be again inverted, and the what the clay is filled is also removed, and you will get the bhasma or chorna. Bhasma is again, it is fine powder is known as bhasma, but it is chorna. Bhasma is prepared from chorna again. So they will add some metals, even some gold, copper, silver, mercury. Some metals will be added to this chorna, and it will prepare as bhasma. But it is not preparation of bhasma. It is only the preparation of chorna. So then you will get 2 kgs of Trifala chorna. So this mixture is taken into a clay pot. Is it understood or not? ఒక మట్టి కుండలోకి తీసుకుంటారు. తీసుకున్న తర్వాత So it is separated with a copper foil. కాపర్ ఫాయిల్ ఒక కాపర్ రేకుని తీసుకొని దాన్ని అక్కడ కవర్ చేసి దానిపైన బంకమట్టితో ఫిల్ చేసేస్తారు కుండని. దెన్ దిస్ పాట్ విల్ బి ఇన్వర్టెడ్, తిరగవేస్తారు. దెన్ దే విల్ గివ్స్ హై ఫ్లేమ్ అబౌట్ 6 hours, on all sides, by upper side, by sides, and from lower side they will give flame for 6 hours. Later they collect this and they will eliminate this clay which is filled in the remaining part of the pot, and they will remove this copper foil, and they will get this basma, chorna. So how much quantity of chorna you will get? 2 kgs of chorna you will get. Understand? So this is the preparation of Triphala Sorna. So Triphala Sorna will be asked for 5 marks. It will be appeared in your question paper for 5 marks. Then, so what are the uses of Triphala Sorna? Okay, we have prepared in this way the Triphala Sorna. So what is the use? For what the Triphala Sorna is used? So Triphala Sorna is mainly used to best digestion. You can write uses of Triphala Sorna as side heading. The first point is it is for digestion. It is for digestion. And in the same way, due to the diseases or the Iliad diseases, Iliad are affiliated. The Iliad diseases which are belongs to indigestion are also they used. Iliad diseases అంటే అజీర్ణం వల్ల వచ్చే అనుబంధ వ్యాధులు. సో ది affiliated diseases due to indigestion are also used. And other, it gives the natural glow to the skin. When you take this Triphala Sorna early in the morning, 1 spoon of Triphala Sorna with mixing with a glass of warm water means just heat water. గోరువెచ్చని నీళ్ళని మనం వార్మ్ వాటర్ అంటాం, నాట్ హాట్ వాటర్. వార్మ్ వాటర్ మీన్స్ గోరువెచ్చని నీళ్ళు. అండ్ ది స్కిన్ గ్లో ఈజ్ బెటర్. ది improves, our skin glow is improves by using of this Triphala Sorna. So this Triphala Sorna, the next use of Triphala Sorna, you can maintain the number, the uses of Triphala Sorna. The next use of Triphala Sorna is it is used to, it gives the best nutrition to the brain. And it improves the life period or lifespan by giving the nutrition to brain. So the very main aim, the very objective of Ayurveda, as you know, is to improve lifespan. Ayurveda means the knowledge which improves the lifespan is nothing but Ayurveda. So in Ayurveda, it is mostly used to improve lifespan, and it is also used to both in adults, children, and old age people. If you can take this Triphala Sorna without any diseases also. Triphala Sorna can be taken without any diseases also. You can take it as a tonic, or you can take it as a food supplement. It is good for digestion, and it is good for brain, and it will give some nutrients to brain. Thereby it improves the lifespan. Of the human. And the next one is this Triphala Sorna is used to eye related diseases, to cure eye-related diseases. Eye-related diseases means for eye infections or to sight problems or any kind of eye-related diseases. Trifalasorna is used. Trifalasorna is used both in Ayurveda and Siddha system of medicine also. And the next use of Trifalasorna, so it is used to remove toxic substances in the body. It is used to eliminate toxic substances in the body. If you take regularly this Trifalasorna, the toxic substances which are accumulated in our body will be go out, will be goes out. And the next one, very important use of Trifalasorna is it is it keeps the cholesterol in balance. You can see. So in present days, in modern lifestyle diseases, the cholesterol is become a big problem. Cholesterol, BP, the increase of triglycerides, so on. When the cholesterol and triglycerides are increased in the human body, it causes to blood pressure, BP, that is hypertension. Ultimately, it causes to heart diseases. So, how good medicine is there? Very simple and good medicine, Trifalasorna, to keep the cholesterol in balance. That means it uses that cholesterol will not be improved if you use this Trifalasorna regularly. So, that is one of the important and interested use of Trifalasorna. And it is also used to purification of urinary tract infection, UTI. What is meant by UTI? UTI. UTI means urinary tract infection. So it is used to purification of urinary tract infections, and also it used to urinary related diseases. Urinary tract infection related diseases, any kind of urinary tract infections and urinary tract related diseases will be cured with the use of this Trifalasorna. Mainly in Trifalasorna, you can see Embolica officinalis, Terminalia tubular, Terminalia biliaca. These are Trifalasorna. Whenever you asked what are the Trifalasorna, if you are able, you need not able to say all those things. The Trifala means anywhere in Ayurveda and Siddha. Trifala. These Trifala, these are the triplet. We cannot divide those three. These three are three friends in both Ayurveda, Siddha, and also in cases of Unani also. So the Trifalasorna is mostly used. What are Trifalasorna? When you ask in sleeping also, you must able to position. You are in a position to say that Trifala are nothing but Embolica officinalis, Terminalia tubular, and Terminalia ballerica. So why I stressed on this? Trifalasorna is very important. Understand? Then we go for another supplement. This is about Trifalasorna. Then we go for another supplementary topic that are used by the prominently used by the uh, practitioners of both Ayurveda and Siddha. Why I said that prominently used? There are so many plants. What can we say? One or more? How can I say? It is according to a estimation of World Health Organization. According to estimation of World Health Organization, there are 7,500 plant species are medicinally important on the earth. Only about 3,500 or 4,000 plants have been identified as medicinal plants. and another 3,500 or 4,000 or remaining 50% of total plants are not at identified as medicinal plants. They have identified with their names and classification and all those things they have described, but they are not identified as medicinal plants. Which part of this plant is used to which used to treat which disease, we don't know. They are yet to be identified and yet to be described and yet to be documented in medicinal point of view. In medicinal point of view, among these 3,500 plant species, there is a statistics. You can note it down. Is a statistics. Nearly 1100 plant species, 1100 plant species are being used in Ayurveda, in system of Ayurveda or Ayurveda system of medicine. And and about 1325 plant species have been used. 1325 plant species have been used in Unani. In Unani, and about 1650 plant species have been used in homeopathy. 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 In homeopathy system of medicine. Whereas in Siddha, more than 1800. More than 1800 means you can came to know what is the dominant place of using a plant species. The Siddha occupies the first place, that using many number of plant species in their system of medicine. Then homeopathy stood second place. Then Unani stood third place with 1300 above 1325 I think. And the fourth place occupies Ayurveda. So Ayurveda plants are very less, but the effect is more. Actually, the use of medicinal plants in system of medicine is started from Ayurveda only, because this Ayurveda was the gift of our ancient rishis and maharshis, which is originated in India only. Later, it is spread to all over the world. But in practice, China stood first about Ayurveda. This thing I told you many times. Then when the place are when this is the ranks, the first rank is Siddha, and the second one is homeopathy, and the third one is Unani, and the fourth one is Ayurveda. While this is the status of use of medicinal plant in their traditional systems of medicines, whereas only 115 medicinal plants are giving giving clues in giving clues for not in they giving clues for chemosynthetic drugs in modern medicine or allopathic system of medicine. You can see. So here, even in modern system or allopathic system of drugs, are also the even allopathic system. Mostly the allopathic system are modern drugs, what we call it as English medicine or pharmaceuticals, are also relay. Relay means relay means depend. They also depend on 115 medicinal plants. Mostly these chemosynthetic drugs or modern medicinal drugs are prepared with chemical compounds. They are all organic compounds, chemical compounds. So we can see a particular structure of that chemical compound. We will give some name of that chemical compound. Even in chemical drugs, that is the drugs from which are synthesized from chemical substances are known as chemosynthesized drugs. So the in modern medicine or allopathic system of medicine, modern medicine is also known as allopathy. Allopathy is nothing but modern medicine or English medicine. So the chemosynthetic drugs that are widely used in allopathy are also associated or also depend on some medicinal plants. What some medicinal plants? Only 115. But these 115 are has their relation with so many medicines. They have their relation with so many medicines as polyherbal drugs or polycombinations. Polycombinations means more than one combination. So this 115 drugs are plays a crucial or vital role even in chemosynthetic drugs. Chemosynthetic drugs. Then so then the World Health Organization is is interested and insisting us to explore the plant wealth all over the world. If you want to explore plant wealth, if you want to explore the use of plants in view of medicines, or if you want to explore the medicinal values of different plants, if you want to document different medicinal plants, if you want to publish new medicinal plants that are not published by anyone so far, the World Health Organization will promote you. It will assist you. The World Health Organization will assist you through some funding agencies. Through some funding agencies, through some funding agencies such as CSIR. CSIR. What is the full form of CSIR? You can think of. I will ask again. Through CSIR, through UGC. What is the UGC full form? Through DBT. What is the full form of DBT? Through DST. What is the full form of DST? These are all funding agencies which gives financial assistance with the help of World Health Organization to explore plant wealth, especially in medicinal point of view, or to notify or to identify and document and to communicate the medicinal plants. So now we come to what are the full form of CSIR, what are the full form of UGC, what is the full form of DST, what is the full form of DBT. Can you say anyone? For anyone of anyone can say the full form of UGC, University Grants Commission. Good. I have undertaken two projects under UGC with the financial assistance of UGC. One is Ethnobotany of Adilabad district, and another one is Ethnobotany of Srikakulam district. I have explored some medicinal plants. Some 220 medicinal plants from Srikakulam district I have reported, for which I got 1,20,000 rupees to explore those plants. I have prepared a project work and submitted to the UGC. And I have to show all the expenditure for that 1,20,000. Not merely you have to keep in your pocket. For those amount, you to go for trips for TADA, and you have to purchase some photographs. You have from cameras to take photographs, or some collect the plant species from herbarium, specimen species, and herbarium pressers by using some chemicals. All this he will give some. The funding agencies will give some money under financial assistance. Okay, whatever it may be, UGC is one of the funding agency which is which assist to explore plant wealth. And another CSIR. If you want to write NET or SLET or Junior Research Fellowship, JRF, Junior Research Fellowship after PG. or SRF, Senior Research Fellowship. If you want to get the fellowship or scholarship, you have to appear CSIR test. The CSIR will give this kind of financial assistance. Means what is meant by CSIR? CSIR, Council for Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, both scientific and industrial. So we comes under scientific, not we come under industrial fellows. We are scientific fellows. We are all scientific community. CSIR means Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. The main office, head office of the CSIR is located at Delhi. And DBT, you know, do you know this Department of Biotechnology? This is working both DBT and DST. DST is Department of Science and Technology. DST, Department of Science and Technology. DBT, Department of Biotechnology. These two are working under Human Resource Development and Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. సో ఈ కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వము యొక్క హ్యూమన్ రిసోర్స్ డెవలప్మెంట్ మంత్రిత్వ శాఖ కింద ఈ రెండు పనిచేస్తాయి. దీస్ టూ డిబిటి అండ్ డిఎస్టి ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ అండర్ ది మినిస్ట్రీ ఆఫ్ సైన్స్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ. దట్ కమ్స్ అండర్ హ్యూమన్ రిసోర్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్, మానవ వనరుల అభివృద్ధి శాఖ, సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్. Government of India. When we call it as Government of India, this is central government. When you call it as Government of Andhra Pradesh, it is state government. So one ministry is there. దానికి ఒక మినిస్ట్రీలో ఒక మంత్రి ఉంటాడనమాట. 1 or 2 seminars we have conducted with the financial assistance of this DBT. You know our biotechnology lecturer Pradeep? Did you know or not? Yes or no? Yes, he had conducted one, I think, or two seminars under the convenership of myself, and we together conducted seminar with the financial assistance of that DBT. They give some amount to resource persons, to TADE of resource person, to remuneration of resource persons. We have brought them and we have called them and conduct a seminar. So this is all what why we are going to know all these things is World Health Organization is to interested and to promote the plant wealth, plant wealth throughout the world. You people, like you people, which are young people, if you are interested, you can go through and you can forward. You will get all this financial assistance to explore the plant wealth. So this is a current topic, and it is the current golden era. You can say it is a golden era, or it is a current burning topic after environmental pollution. It comes under biodiversity. In order to conservation of biodiversity, so the government of India, not only government of India, even UNESCO and UNO, United Nations Organization, is also giving stress in two issues. The first issue is to protect the environment, and the second one is to conserve the biodiversity. So this kind of to explore the plant wealth, exploring the plant wealth is comes under biodiversity. If you want to take up any kind of project in these two domains, what are these two domains? In environmental protection or biodiversity conservation, the government of India is always ready to give the sufficient financial assistance to younger scientists like you. So this is a good luck. I wish you all you will become young and energetic and useful scientists for the next generation and further generation of India. Then, what are the plants that are widely used here? There are 5 plants which are given in your syllabus, which are widely used. Now you have learned about the statistics, how many plants are used in which system of medicine. But prominently, widely used 5 plants are there. You can draw a small table. You can draw. It is easy to note. It is easy to note down. It is also very clear to grasp you while studying. So that it is suggested to draw a small table. The first one, a small column serial number, and the second column, name of the plant, name of the plant, and the third column, name in traditional system, name in traditional system. So either in Ayurveda or Siddha, they call it with another name. They may not call directly with botanical name. The second column tells us the botanical name. Name of the plant means botanical name. Being a botanist, we have to know the botanical name. And the third column indicates the name of the system. Name of the system. ఆ సిస్టంలో దాని నేమ్ అని పిలుస్తారు అని. అండ్ ఫ్యామిలీ. Family means the plant belongs to which family. The plant belongs to which family. Then part use. Next column is part use. And last column, treatment. Treatment. That is use. Treatment means what is the use. Did you note down all these columns or not? You have to respond me. You have to respond. Did you who respond? Aditya? Yes, Aditya only responding every time. Others are what are doing others? Others are sleeping. నోట్ రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వని అన్నప్పుడు టక్ మని అన్మ్యూట్కి వెళ్ళి రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వచ్చు. అప్పుడు నేనేమనుకుంటాను, మిగతా వాళ్ళు రెస్ట్ తీసుకుంటున్నారో లేకపోతే ఫోన్ అక్కడ పెట్టేసి పనులు చేసుకుంటున్నారో అనుకుంటాను. నేను మీకు కనిపిస్తున్నానా? మరి నాకు మీరు కనిపించరు కదా. నెక్స్ట్ రైట్ డౌన్. నెంబర్ వన్ అకాలిఫా ఇండికా. దీని కామన్ నేమ్ మీకు తెలుసా? కామన్ నేమ్ టేబుల్లో ఇవ్వలేదు, మనం రాసుకోవాలంటే బ్రాకెట్లో రాసుకోండి. మురిపెండ అంటాం కామన్ నేమ్ మన ప్రాంతంలో. అకాలిఫా ఇండికా. ది నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ది సిస్టమ్ కుప్పే మినీ. కుప్పే KUPPE మినీ MINI. You see how much difference is there. Kuppe mini. Family, you know, family. Euphorbiaceae. This is very commonly occurring plant as wild. పిచ్చి మొక్కలో పెరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది, బట్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ సో మెనీ మెడిసినల్ వాల్యూస్. అండ్ ప్లాంట్ పార్ట్ యూజ్డ్ కదా. నెక్స్ట్ కాలం లీఫ్ పౌడర్. The powder prepared with leaf. Then treatment. Catara, CATTARAH. CATTARAH. You can spell it as catara. Catara means కఫం గొంతులో చేసిందంటారు చూడు, ఆ డిసీజ్ని క్యాటరా అంటారు. యాజ్ యాంటీబయోటిక్ and also pain killer, and also used as pain killer. 3 uses. First one catara, antibiotic, pain killer. That's all. And you go for second one. Number 2, adatoda vasica. ADATHODA. adatoda vasica, VASICA. adatoda vasica. దీని కామన్ నేమ్ తెలుసా? బ్రాకెట్లో రాసుకోండి. వస. వస. ది సిస్టమ్ నేమ్ అడతోడై. 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 ఫ్యామిలీ అకాంతేసి. ACHA NTHACEAE. అకాంతేసి. Plant part used. Leaf. Leaf. It may be leaf powder, leaf juice, leaf extract, but leaf అన్నాడంతే. Uses. Asthma, asthma and bronchitis and other respiratory problems. Asthma, bronchitis, BRONCHITS, bronchitis and other respiratory problems అని రాయండి ట్రీట్మెంట్ కాలంలో. Then you come to third one. Is it speed or you can able to write? Am I fast? రాస్తున్నారు అందరూ? రైట్. 3. APM graveolensis. APM graveolensis. APM అంటారులేండి. ఫ్యామిలీ కూడా ఏపీ తర్వాత మీరు కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అయిపోతారు. APM graveolensis. సిస్టమ్ నేమ్ సిలెరికిలామ్. సిలెరికిలామ్. SILERIKIRAM. 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 You must remember with very concentration. With memory, you have to remember all these words. Family APAC. కామన్ నేమ్ చెప్పానా? APM గ్రామ్యూల్స్. APM అంటారు నల్లమందు, తెలుగులో నల్లమందు అంటారు. ది పార్ట్ ప్లాంట్ పార్ట్ సీడ్స్. ప్లాంట్ పార్ట్ సీడ్స్ విత్తనాలు. ట్రీట్మెంట్లు రాయండి. సోరియాసిస్. సోరియాసిస్ స్పెల్లింగ్ ఎలాగ రాస్తారు? సోరియాసిస్ స్పెల్లింగ్. కెన్ వన్ ఆఫ్ యూ సే? Psoriasis, it's PSO. Good. PSO. Psoriasis. So this is very dreadful skin disease. It is very difficult to cure. Even in modern system of medicine also, it takes long time to cure. Psoriasis and skin disease and other skin diseases. And other skin diseases. That's all. And other skin diseases. And you come to fourth one. Boerhaavia diffusa. Boerhaavia. BOERHAVIA. So you have studied in anatomy classes in second year. You have studied or not? I don't know. As anomalous secondary growth. It is good example for anomalous secondary growth in dicots. So this is small herb which is creeping on the soil. Creeping small herb. Do you know this herb? Boerhaavia? Did you see or not? Very good, very good. Ambalmad. Padma is very పల్లెటూరు బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ లాగా ఉంది. వెరీ గుడ్. అంబలమాడనే పల్లెటూరులో పిలుస్తారు, కానీ దాని మామూలు పదం అంటే గలిజేరు. గలిజేరు అంటారు. అంబలమాడని మన పల్లెటూరు వైపులో పిలుస్తారు. ఇట్స్ గుడ్. గలిజేరు. దెన్ ది సిస్టమ్ మెడిసిన్. మొఖరాటి. మొఖరాటి. MUKHARATI. మొఖరాటి. ఫ్యామిలీ నెక్టాజినేసి. నెక్టాజినేసి స్పెల్లింగ్ NY, not NI. NY. NYCTA. GI. NACEI. Nectaginase. Plant part used. Roots. The roots of the Borhavia diffusa is used in so many kinds of medicines. Roots. Then treatment. Asthma. You can write asthma and kidney related diseases. Kidney related diseases. If kidney stones or kidney drying, so on. Kidney related diseases. Next, fifth one. Borasius flabellifer. Borasius, Borasius. Borasius flabellifer. 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 The system name is Marum. 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 What is the family? Can you say? Borasius flabellifer. What is the common name? Borasius flabellifer. You don't know Borasius flabellifer? So this is also came in the first unit of this paper only as study. Phoenix sylvestris, Borasius flabellifer. Phoenix sylvestris, Eta. Borasius flabellifer, తాడి. They collect తాడి, ఈత నుంచి తాటి నుంచి తాడి. తాడి అంటే కళ్ళు. కళ్ళు కలెక్ట్ చేస్తారని ఇవన్నీ మనం ఎథనాలజీలో నేర్చుకున్నాం ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్లోనే. దేర్ ట్రెడిషన్స్, కస్టమ్స్, ఫుడ్ హ్యాబిట్స్ అని చెప్పానా? గుర్తొస్తున్నాయా? అవి చెప్పామా లేదా? ఫుడ్ హ్యాబిట్స్, వాళ్ళ ట్రెడిషన్స్, కస్టమ్స్ ఎక్కడొచ్చాయి? ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్లోనే వచ్చాయి. అక్కడ ఏదో చెప్పారు, ఎప్పుడో చెప్పారు దానికి. మరి పరీక్షలు అన్ని ఎలా ఒకసారి గుర్తొచ్చేస్తాయి మీకు? ఒక్కసారి ముందు రోజు రాత్రి ఇవన్నీ చదివేస్తారు రేటు. ఏమో మరి నాలాంటి వాడిని చదవలేను. మీరు ఎలా చదివేస్తున్నారో. బొరాసిస్ ఫ్లాబెల్లిఫర్. తాటి నామం కూడా మీకు తెలియకపోతే ఎలాగా? మారూమ్ ఫ్యామిలీ ఏం చెప్పు ఇప్పుడు? తాటి ఏ ఫ్యామిలీ ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి? సరే, ఇప్పుడు తాటి మీకు గుర్తుంది కదా. తాటి ప్లాంట్ ఏ రూపంలో ఉంటుంది? వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ట్రీ? ఇట్ ఈస్ నోన్ యాజ్ అన్బ్రాంచ్డ్ ట్రీ. వాట్ డూ యూ కాల్ దిస్ అన్బ్రాంచ్డ్ ట్రీ? అన్బ్రాంచ్డ్ ట్రీని ఏమంటారు? యూ కెనాట్ సీ ది బ్రాంచెస్ in Phoenix sylvestris, this Borasius flabellifer. In palm trees, what do you call this? What do you call the stems? The stems are known as cardex. Cardex means the unbranched. Quercus nucifera. What is Quercus nucifera? Did you see the branches in Quercus nucifera? They grow straightly. ఈత, తాటి, కొబ్బరి, పామ్ ట్రీస్, పామ్ మొక్కలు. ఏంటి ఫ్యామిలీ? ది ఓల్డ్ నేమ్ is పామే. Old name is Pame. The new name after revision in ICBN is Aricaceae. So the representative genus Arica Lin. Representative genus. When we change the family name, we have to take into consideration one representative genera. The representative genera is Arica. Arica Lin. Lin is the species. So depending on the Arica Lin, the name was coined to family Pame as Aricaceae. 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 Then plant part used. Plant part used. Seeds. And two parts are used. Seeds and కార్పెల్స్. ఫలదళాలు. Again, that means the seeds are grown in carpels only, but they use seeds alone, also along with carpels. That is the meaning here. Carpels means the seeds are developed within the carpels only. You know that they use seeds alone, also along with the carpels. Then treatment. The first one, cough. The diseases related to lungs. The diseases related to lungs and and other upper respiratory and other upper respiratory tract infections and other respiratory tract infections, cough, lung diseases and other respiratory tract infections. Understand? These are the five plants commonly most commonly used medicinal plants both in ayurveda and siddha. So this may also come as 5 marks question. If you asked it as 5 marks question, you have to write simply this table, then you will get 5 marks out of 5. That's all. Understand? If I am there as chief examiner, that is the scheme of awarding of marks. Awarding of marks. Understand? So this is about today's class. Tomorrow means day after tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. You take rest, and Monday we will start the next traditional system of medicine, that is Unani. Understand? By sharp 2 p.m. like today, you will call to other those two people, that is Purnachandra and Murali. They are regular students, but they did not join today due to some causes. You have to call them at evening or even tomorrow on Sunday and say them to join by dark 2 p.m. on Monday. I will appear on Monday by 2 p.m. with the third traditional system of medicine, that is Unani. Thank you, all of you. Good luck. Have a nice day. Good luck.